Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Star Wars is having a no good, very bad week.
So this is a regular week for them.
Another bad week. Yeah, lots of dismal Disney news in regards to Star Wars. We're going to cover a couple of stories here and then talk about why we think they're trying so hard to double down on the High Republic as the Galactic Star Cruiser. The cancellations continue.
They do. They also renewed Christina McCarthy's the CFO, her contract.
Oh, the $11 million Cruella de Vil claim.
Right.
Yeah.
She got last one like a year. This one they're giving her like 2.5 years or 2 years for this new contract. And like last time they made a mistake of saying her bonuses and putting it out there. This year I don't think they put that out there. Probably because they don't want people to know what her bonuses are.
Yeah.
Especially after she kind of, I think she was kidding, but a lot of people were mad. They said she implied people were fat. I think it was a joke gone wrong. But, there's a lot of not good things about this, and now they renewed her.
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Star Wars game. Star Wars Eclipse is causing Twitter to have a meltdown because of the problematic, using air quotes here, we don't know the full story, but developer they hired for this game, Twitter and Resetera have issues with them.
Well, that's because a lot of people were really excited about it, and here they come out with this.
Why can't we have nice things? So yeah, you might actually wind up alienating the audience that you've chased all these years. Disney, you've chased Twitter activists for Star Wars, and now they're going to turn on you.
Fired people over Twitter activists, and now they're turning on you right and left.
Yep, so we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 248,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. Hoping for 250 by the end of the year. If you hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated.
Yes.
Geeky's here. It's Christmas Eve. So to those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
We're not going to do a whole lot of videos over the next couple days because we're going to actually do Christmas. But we thought we'd give you this dismal Disney nugget before we duck out. Anyway, I don't know where to start here. Well, we'll start with this High Republic thing.
Yeah, they're having all kinds of issues. So CBR, who shows for Disney all the time, put this one up the other day, and people were like, what the heck? Because everybody's talking about the High Republic in the regards to the fact that the High Republic is not doing that well. It's like, it's a bestseller. That's easily cheated, especially by a company like Disney. You just don't see the buzz for the High Republic like they keep trying to spin that you do. When you have such wonderful things as a ship called the Vessel and, Geo, the Rock Navigator, because it's so funny because it's a rock.
I was trying to remember his name. I'm like, what's that rock's name? It's probably
Geo.
Rock.
Yeah,
then they have ship too. Or no,
Vessel.
What else do they have? Like,
I don't even know because I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not doing that great. So then CBR, here comes CBR. And this title has been changed like 3 times. The most recent incarnation of this title is Star Wars' boldest new story shakes off the limitations of The Mandalorian. But they changed it because people got pissed to the other title they had on it, which was, where is it? Go ahead.
Star Wars' best news story is better than The Mandalorian or Disney sequels. And they changed it from that to The High Republic is the best new Star Wars media. Here's why.
So they keep changing this damn title. You go back to the code and it's right there. Oh, here, the High Republic deserves recognition.
Yeah, so they keep changing the title, and what they're doing with these sites is they do some A/B testing. If a story doesn't take off right away or it gets a lot of backlash, they just change the title, and they might actually have multiple versions of it out there, and it just redirects to. And so they got a lot of backlash, I think, for the original title, or it wasn't performing well, so we had to make it even more clickbaity than it already was. We know how this works, right? But yeah, High Republic, nobody's talking about.
Yes, Disney's already losing, on the High Republic to begin with. It's just people don't care. They have no interest in it. So we have that, and then they have the Star Cruiser Hotel, which is their next big foray into Star Wars.
Yeah, so this thing is pretty much dead on arrival. There's been a lot of backlash. We've done a couple of videos talking about it. With every reveal, it looks more and more budget cut. It looks more and more ridiculous.
It is budget cut. Because I know some people that were involved in and saw the plans and knew different things about it. And it has been scaled back considerably compared to what it was supposed to be originally. And all that was taken from the Galaxy's Edge scale backs that were supposed to be there for everybody and didn't cost you, $6,000.
Yeah, so this is interesting. This is coming from Screen Rant, and they're talking about the number of cancellations, that there are a lot more slots available for the $5,000 to $6,000 LARPing experience that doesn't look like Star Wars at all. It looks more like Star Trek. And it's interesting because the source for this, what was Braden from Mickey Views, who used to be more pro-Disney than he is now. And it also is coming from Inside the Magic, which is interesting because they were all pixie dust. All pixie dust all the time.
Are they going to get fired for not being, upbeat enough?
Yeah, are they going to get, is their travel partner going to ditch them because Disney...
Travel partner can't take their site.
Yeah, because Disney told them to because they're negative. But anyway, amidst the backlash, the Galactic Star Cruiser has seen some cancellations. The cancellations have been made evident by an increase in available bookings, which were pointed out in a tweet from Sir Braden from Mickey Views. The availability of certain dates in March and onward is odd, considering the hotel had originally been sold out.
It had been sold out for a long time.
I think we've had more stuff open up because this is kind of old news. As soon as they dropped that first teaser video, the one they had to pull down, people started pulling out.
Which is why they took it down.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. Because they don't take it down because people make fun of it. They'll take it down because people are making fun of it and people are canceling.
Yeah, so in addition to availability popping up in March, the month of July shows an abundance of openings too, which is strange considering July is generally Disney's busiest month. Check out the tweet. Braden, meanwhile, at the Star Cruiser, and you can see all the dates that are available. It's because most people don't have $5,000 or $6,000 laying around to go LARPing in a Star Wars hotel for a day and a half.
Trek.
That looks like Star Trek. That barely has. I mean, if it was like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and R2 and all that might actually be okay. But it's not. It doesn't even look like Star Wars.
No.
And so they're getting a black eye from that. I still can't believe that they were moving forward with this. I mean, of all the stuff
they have to now. But, I told you they would only because they're getting $6,000 for less than 2 days. Of course they're going to move forward with it because they thought it would be a big moneymaker.
Oh my God, I love this. This is Florida, guys. Remember, this is Florida. It could be that there's backlash or the Omicron variant is becoming prevalent. There are many other circumstances that could be contributing to it. It can't possibly be that people aren't willing to pay that much money.
People were canceling this before the Omicron variant was a big deal in the media.
Yes.
The story about the Star Cruiser being shit and people canceling it. Omicron was around, it was being mentioned, but not like it is now. So that argument is not going to fly because all these cancellations happened before.
We're talking about Florida. Florida don't give a shit, right? Like Disney's been packed since last year. They don't care as much in Florida. People aren't booking it because it's not worth the money, or they saw what they were getting for their money and they backed out.
Yeah.
That is bullshit. Like, it can't possibly be that people just don't want to pay that much for Star Wars.
It's likely there's some fluctuations in booking. Yeah, that's true. But not to the extent. We've been dealing with Disney for a long time. Screen Rant, the people who brought you that lovely manga article, too. We've been dealing with them for a long time. And yes, there's fluctuations in booking. But not like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here they do say, if the hotel is perceived as doing less than that through its official promo footage, while still charging the prices of a luxury hotel, less than that being you're supposed to live your own Star Wars story, it's easy to see why some may reconsider their investment. In the midst of a backlash, cancellation, and uncertain times, the Galactic Star Cruiser has a lot to prove. It's going to be dead on arrival. We're going to have influencers go the first month or two.
Well, they were talking that you're not allowed to take pictures.
Yeah. So that's very suspect. Now I know Disney, they really lock it down if you do like influencer events or like.
They'll let the influencers do it, but it'll have to be certain pictures of certain areas with certain hashtags, and you go look when the influencers that are brought in by Disney, the ones that are brought in by Disney, put their stuff out. You can compare them. You'll see how samey it is.
Yeah, they literally, having been to these events, I know people keep saying that we don't know what we're talking about, but having been to several of these events, they will look over your shoulder, make sure you're taking pictures of the right things at the right angles with the right hashtags. They will give you the best looking food you have ever seen, but that's not what the guests are actually getting. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to get the show ready, quote unquote, show ready cupcakes, show ready merchandise, show ready food and experiences.
We already see it. Like, when they have the pictures of the stuff that's going to have for an event, and then you see the people actually showing what they got. It's an ongoing thing. People joke about it, about how it looks so much worse than what they said it would look in the picture. That's like a whole theme on Twitter. This whole section is dedicated to it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, McDonald's does the same thing. The burgers never look as good. So yeah, chances are people are not going to get what they, expected for the amount of money, $5,000 or $6,000. So the other thing going on here is there's a hashtag Blackout Star Wars Eclipse trending over Star Wars game developer choices. So it's getting worse for Disney there too. People were excited about this video game.
Yeah, I saw somebody talk about how, it looks so good. It's supposed to be the best, Star Wars game, in years kind of thing. But that's what the narrative was on Twitter.
Right. And now we've got Twitter being outraged. And it came from Resetera, so we take it for whatever it's worth. This is something that we'd have to look into a little bit more. But they said fans are taking to Twitter to speak out against Quantic Dream being in charge of Star Wars Eclipse, citing studio head David Cage's notorious allegations of homophobia, misogyny, and fostering a toxic and abusive work environment. That's very nebulous.
And it might be true, it might not be true, but it doesn't matter if it's true or not. As soon as Twitter gets hold of it, it's automatically true, and that means you must boycott because it's true.
Yeah, David Cage has a history of disgusting behavior, especially toward women and the queer community. The Star Wars Eclipse reveal had me really excited, but we will not be covering the game while Cage is involved, and we support the fans behind Blackout Star Wars Eclipse. And if you go out to Twitter and check out that hashtag, you'll see a lot of people jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah, then we're not taking sides on this one, but we are going to, because we don't know enough about it to do so. But we're like, here's more bad news for Disney Star Wars coming on the heels of the Galactic Star Cruiser stuff. And, and it's just constant bad news. The High Republic didn't do well. The Star Cruiser's not doing that great. People were excited about this, and now that's getting, flushed down the toilet right now, too.
Hopefully Boba Fett's good. That's all I can say, because at this point, that'll sort of negate the damage, but somewhat. But it does seem like, we don't have a steady stream of positive Star Wars news anymore. It's always like we're actually surprised when there's good Star Wars news.
Actually, it's funny to me because I used to be surprised when they would actually say something shitty about Star Wars, because for the longest time it was, the Disney sequel trilogy is the most amazing thing ever. The High Republic is the most amazing thing ever. It's all so great and amazing and wonderful and fantastic. And now it's like, they're turning on Disney. The media is turning on Disney, and they're constantly putting out hit pieces.
Yeah, I think
and shilling in other articles. It's hilarious to me.
It depends on the writer.
Juxtaposition.
But I think the money has run out. I think the money is running out. We know with Bob Chapek, they're not going to be spending as freely. And we know, look, the curtain was lifted with Collider. I think it was Collider that, they got all mad because they didn't get invited to Galaxy's Edge. All the work we put in to basically suck Mickey's dicky, and we didn't get to go to Galaxy's Edge. This is how they are, guys.
The money isn't coming like it used to be. Nope. They're not going to be. They're going to be more honest about it.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to leave you with that cheery thought on Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.